Do not forget to like and subscribe and share.
Oh, sorry. I want to say yes. Please like and subscribe and share the podcast. Sensual Essences.
Sensual
Jai
Essences.
Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
I got the beat and you got the beat too. So get up and move, that's what you gotta do. Now, if you can't dance, I could give you some lessons. Sit back and chill, here's Sensual Essences.
Now, I was hoping that we maybe could discuss.
Or I was thinking we could maybe read some of the many fan mail letters.
Right. Okay.
Or possibly discuss some of the inner workings of the Quantum Sutra.
Well,
For the class today.
Krishna. Well, we could be. We could
Maybe
start.
why don't we start with a letter or two? Why don't I read one of the nice letters from some of our lovely, most wonderful and wonderful. Hold on.
Why don't you all give yourselves a good pat on the back and a round. Well, we like to keep things quiet here. Just say quiet. Pat on the back. You are such a wonderful group today.
What a wonderful group.
Such a good-looking group too. All right.
Okay,
Do you have that
so
first
here we
letter?
go.
Question is a
Here we
question
go.
or letter?
This is just, it is a short letter. Let us see. This is a letter from Mary.
Mary?
And
Shout out. Let's give a shout out to Mary.
Okay, here we go. You guru guys, Raj and Krishna, are nothing but a couple of charlatans trying to get into ladies' pants. You guys know nothing and are a pair of fools. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Raj, would you like to take that question?
Well, this to me is pretty clear cut what to say. I mean, Mary, whoever you are, if that is your real name, clearly you did not surrender, and that is why you are holding on to this hostility. That is the word I was going to say, Krishna. I mean, who wants to be living with such hostility in their life? Such hostility.
Hostility.
If you think about it, what is it the most that we ask you to do? We ask you to smile. We ask you to surrender.
Pay your dues.
Breathe.
Don't forget to pay your membership dues.
Well, of course, you must pay your membership and, of course, the fees and the additional fees.
That is part of nothing in life is really except for surrendering. But if you don't pay, it's hard to remember.
Now, I believe that, I mean, if you were to ask me, and you did ask me, I'd say this is someone who did not pay. And that is why they're feeling such hostility towards the two of us. Now, clearly, with a raise of the hand, who has been getting something out of our courses? Who's been getting anything? Anybody?
Oh, that is everybody raising their hand.
Now, how
everybody here is having a good time.
We're having a good time, you're relaxing.
No. Mary did bring up another point in her question or statement or whatever it was, letter that she sent in.
Like a hit piece.
She said
not even a letter, it's like a hit piece.
Accusing us of that we are gurus to get into ladies' pants.
No, I've never worn any ladies' pants at all.
No, what could be such a silly thing?
What a silly thing. Do you see me wearing the ladies' clothing?
No, Raj. It is not a literal get into the pants of the lady or ladies' trousers or slacks or whatever
I see. It is
would like
sexual.
No, it is a sexual.
It is
that
sexual.
we are here to do nothing but to satisfy our own lustful desires.
No.
Oh.
Now, and she also accused of it. It's crazy. And she also accused of us of being charlatans. Was that the word she used? Charlatan, snake oil salesperson, grifter, no good, rapscallion, What are some other words that we might use to describe such people?
There's so many of
So many.
snake oil.
But
you said snake oil
The
already.
snake oil says people, and I just want to say, I mean, did you not see the raise of hands who's satisfied? How can we be called charlatans?
How many people in this group? 4,000 or 5,000 people are here with us today.
Right.
Look at all of these happy people.
Happy surrender.
Not one person here out of 4,000. Everyone here is surrendering. Everyone here is paying their membership.
I do not. I mean,
Very
you
happy
can't make.
people.
And maybe perhaps Krishna, the lesson here is that you cannot make everybody happy. I mean, if you try, you're going to make yourself
Not
miserable.
even. It's true. You're going to make yourself miserable.
Miserable.
Trying to make everybody else. Trying to make everybody else happy. You're making yourself miserable.
Miserable. That is it. That is it. So I'm sorry, Mary.
Why don't you read? Sorry, Mary. You can come. Why don't we do this, Mary? You come to the seminar when we are going to be in Seattle, where your hometown. You come down to the convention center, and you come and talk to us. We'll get you set out straight.
Before you book the flight, make sure that the payment is made in full. Okay, Mary? Okay. Did you want me to read the next letter?
Why don't you read the next one?
Very well. Very well. Well, it looks like this one is personally addressed to you, Krishna. How about that? Usually we take a collective question. Or this one is, yes, this is made to you. It states,
Okay.
who do you think you are? You have not made child support payment in 10 years, you bastard. You left me alone, knocked up on the streets of Delhi by myself with nothing but a pot of cow piss and a pregnant belly.
Oh, geez. I get these sorts of letters once in a while. Mm-hmm. It is someone trying to fish. It's a fishing.
It's a scam.
It's a scam. They're trying to get your personal information, trying to hustle some money out of you or something.
There's another page here. It says that your little boy Rajput is now 10 years old and he desperately wants to meet his father. He has been getting into trouble, and without the payments that you have been in arrears for 10 years, we may be forced to take legal action.
When you're a public, what a funny name. When you're a public figure in this business, you're going to get some haters, and you're going to get people out there trying to take advantage of this situation.
Right. Do not hate the player, hate the game. Hate the game.
Exactly. Hey, we're all playing the same game here.
I'm sure little Rajput is quite a character.
I'm sorry. If you have a son, Rajput, I'm sorry you named him that. And I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong with Rajput. My name is Raj. It's just an additional
I guess
put
he's okay.
on the Raj.
He's okay, but he's not.
It's better than Krishna Put or Preeti Put.
Yeah, Krishna Put is it. Preeti Put not so good. The thing is, these sorts of characters that it is most likely someone just trying to hustle some money out of you.
Right, it's like the Nigerian prince scam.
Oh, sure.
A scandal?
This is scam. A big scam.
This one seems to me more like a scandal there, Krishna. It is not so much a scam, it is a scandal.
Really, there's no child. It is just...
So Rajput is a figment, perhaps?
Probably I know it could be someone's child. I don't know.
Now, she did send along a photograph, and I have to say, it in the eyes, this little Rajput is sort of a chip off the old block. I mean, look at this here. Take a look for yourself.
Well,
I mean, the unibrow.
It does have brown
is there.
eyes. He does have brown eyes, but it is India.
But I mean,
Who does not have brown eyes in India?
he does have the unibrow. I mean, you can't deny.
There's
There's
got to
something
be
there.
There's got to be 100 million unibrows
Maybe
in this
he's
country.
ubiquitous in this continent,
He's
this
got-
subcontinent of India.
No defining features, really.
And she said along also genetic testing here, and it says that there is a
This is all nonsense.
0.1% chance that you are
This
not
is
the
part
father.
of the scam. It is all part of the scam. You know, they try to get you feeling guilty, trying to prove some sort of thing.
Right.
Have I ever met this woman in my life? No.
No.
Never met this woman.
The guilt is one of the most
Now,
powerful emotions.
the possibilities that a woman even sent this letter are low.
Very low. I mean, I would not even.
It could be a man who's just a very unhappy, sad man.
Right, Krishna, I would
Trying
not
to
even.
hustle some money.
Krishna, I will not even mention the other photo of you and this lady with baby Rajput. I mean, I will not even mention it. It's immaterial. Really, it's immaterial.
You know, people go to such great lengths with the Photoshop.
The Photoshop, I know. It is so amazing, the things. Now, have you heard of this
They
chat?
go to
GPT.
the greatest lengths.
I know. Have you heard of this chat GPT? It is an artificial language generator program. I would wager.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I would wager that this is an artificially generated photo, genetics testing, and the entire letter is probably artificially generated. It's probably some scandaler trying to scam you.
You know, that is good. It is good advice to all of you here in the class today. You get something funny baloney in the mail.
Don't believe it.
You know, don't believe it. Exactly. Don't believe it is nonsense. So many people out there today trying to scam you.
You know, this is like something my father used to say to me. It is not even part of the holy texts or the knowledge. Only believe. Don't believe anything you hear and half of what you see. Don't believe it. I mean, I will not even bring up again the signed birth certificate that has your signature.
And it's even been better put in song. It is been said, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear.
Right.
I heard it through the grapevine.
Right. It was Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye himself said it.
What a good song. What a good song.
Great song. There's
It is a
truth.
great singer.
There's truth in there. Truth.
Great truth.
Well, do you have another letter for me to acknowledge? Something about spirituality,
Okay,
the
let's see what
questions,
this is
the
now.
knowledge, the Quantum Sutra.
This is very formal here, this one. It is from the India Revenue Services Taxation Bureau, and it is saying, this is interesting here, Raj. Have you seen this one?
No.
It is for a 2021 filing.
2021 filing. Interesting.
Interesting.
Someone
yeah.
sent along their 2021 India Revenue
No,
Service
this
filing.
is
How many
some
rupees
sort
did they need to pay?
No, Raj. This is for us, Raj.
This is our filing. Now, see, now,
Some kind of thing on our filing is got screwed up or something.
now let me assuage any possible fears from the audience. We did not file with the India Revenue Service in 2021. So you can see that this is fabricated completely out of all cloth. We did not file, did we? We did
Raj,
not
I don't
in 2021.
know. We might want to get the accountant looking at that there.
Well, how can there be a filing for 2021 when we were traveling that entire year?
I
We did not file.
I know we were traveling, but I believe there may need to be some review here. We need to have Gupta take a look
Gupta.
at this one.
Gupta.
Let's put this one aside. We'll put this one aside.
That might be
No,
important.
don't bother Gupta now.
That might be
Gupta is in a
important.
very deep state of surrender.
Right.
No need to disturb Gupta right now.
Right. Now, did we want to read any more, or perhaps we can read from the knowledge?
Maybe shall we read from the Quantum Sutra?
Perhaps.
It is a very good day to look at the Quantum Sutra today.
Okay.
In the secular world, I believe it is a Valentine Day.
Okay.
For all of you people that like to dress in red, eat chocolate,
You pass the love letters, you pass
the love letters, candy.
Every day
What
should
else
be
do you
like
do?
this. Okay. I actually wanted to read a little bit, do something a little bit different. I wanted to read from the Rig
good.
Veda.
Oh, what were you reading from?
The Rig Veda.
Okay.
It is the primary Veda. It is an ancient book of knowledge. Maker of all, exceeding wise, exceeding strong, creator, ordainer, highest exemplar. Their sacrifices exalt in nourishment.
Wait, when are you starting the book?
I have begun.
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
I do.
Sorry, very sorry. Go ahead.
I'm trying to read from the Rig Veda.
I thought you were just giving a statement that was introducing the book.
No, this is an excerpt from the Rig
Okay.
Veda.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay, see, now I lost my spot.
Go ahead. Sorry, Raj. My mistake.
Okay, Krishna, hold on. See, now you threw me for a loop here. This is where I was reading here. Let us today invoke the
yes.
Lord of speech, maker of all, inspirer of the mind, to help us at the time of sacrifice. This is not where I was beginning.
Maybe let's find a new passage.
Okay. This is the sacrifice.
Start off afresh.
Sacrifice of primal man from the Vedas.
Sacrifice of primer man.
No, not a primer man. No, he's not like a superhero that is a primer, like... No, not primer man. Primal.
Primal man. Sacrifice of primal man.
Okay.
Very good.
1,000 heads had primal man. 1,000 eyes, 1,000 feet.
Ooh,
encompassing...
that's a lot of feet.
Okay, Krishna. I know it is like your pastime to push my buttons, okay?
No. It's so exciting to hear you read these passages that are so meaningful.
I challenge you to keep your mouth shut. I just want to read like 4 lines.
Okie dokie. Sorry, Raj.
1,000 heads had primal man, 1,000 eyes, 1,000 feet.
Do you want to keep reading?
See, I knew you could not keep your mouth
Well, I
shut.
don't know what you're doing. You stopped, you paused.
I knew it.
You're doing me to say something.
Did you see me give that knowing glance your way? I looked to the left. I knew it. You could not keep your
You're
mouth shut.
looking at me like you lost your place in the book.
No, I had not lost my place. I was waiting for you to interrupt.
What are you're asking my help, Raj? I'm here to help you.
We only have one copy of the book. Do you want me to hold it for you and you can read it?
Okay.
Now let me read.
You want me to read? Or I can read too. But you read so well.
You stutter so much when you read.
No, I always stutter.
Sacrifice of primal man. Will you be quiet?
Sorry, Raj. Go ahead.
Sacrifice. Now you're getting quite flustered. Sacrifice of primal man from the Vedas. 1,000 heads had primal man, 1,000 eyes, 1,000 feet, encompassing the earth on every side. He exceeded it by 10 fingers' breadth. Well done, Krishna, well done.
Oh, see you testing me. I saw you testing me.
Well done.
I'm not going to fool you. Fool me once or fool me twice. No good.
I underestimated you. Maybe this is like we are turning over a new leaf.
Oh, you're turning a new leaf today.
For the first time in perhaps 6 or 7 months, I felt joyous inside after reading a passage from one of my books here.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Now, let us
You
discuss.
thought I was going to interrupt?
I knew you were going to interrupt me. I was.
No.
I had my. I guess I do not need to pull out what was in my pocket. I'll put the safety back on. I was about to lose my mind.
Oh, goodness.
I was about to lose it.
You know, the good...
What do you want to say, Krishna?
Well, I
I'm
was
feeling
going
very
to
happy
say-
right
I
now.
was going to say, Raj, if you're... I always hear, it is better to carry a Glock. There's no safety on them.
No
If
safety on a
that
clock.
is your carry pistol, if you're carrying, Glock that is the one to carry.
Right. No, I did not know this. I need to perhaps exchange this for another. No safety on the clock. That is a nice
What is the
streamlined
pistol that you
outcome.
carry? What is the pistol you carry?
But perhaps we need to talk about the Rig Veda. There are a few things.
We'll talk stuff later.
Right. 1,000 heads at primal man. 1,000.
1,000 feet.
1,000 eyes, 1,000 feet. Can you imagine
That
how
is-
fast you can run with 1,000
Well,
feet?
let us point out one small little detail here. It is that every one of, the primal man's, he had a lot of heads, but they were all cyclopsical heads.
Right. It wasn't
1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes, not 2,000.
not 2,000. And this is
Look at
not.
that.
Look at that. This is not an oversight. This is the truth.
No, it is the truth.
Cyclops heads.
That is a funny look right there. Imagine all the sunglasses you need.
Not a single stereo vision. No depth perception in 1,000 heads. It
is-
seems like this primal man is so well endowed with his thousands of heads and eyes, but really he was handicapped. No depth perception.
No.
And you see, even 1,000 feet would not help you. If someone tossed a ball at you, you would not know when to catch it.
No. Primal man was very much like an insect.
Like an insect, really.
Very much like an insect with a compound eye and many, many feet. Or maybe a little bug like a centipede with many, many feet. Running
Many eyes,
around,
many heads.
looking for whatever dust,
Detritus,
poo-poo, whatever.
skin flakes,
Skin flakes,
skin
tender.
flakes. Yes.
Whatever the little bugs are looking for,
Skin flakes and detritus. Now, it does not say 1,000 ocelli. Now, I do not want to get too technical here. See, the compound eye, even though it may have 1,000 facets, each eye is not a true eye. It is called an ocelli. Right? It is not a these are the true eyes. However, it was a cyclops on 1,000 heads. It is very hard to comprehend. Things were quite different. Things were quite
Yes.
different then.
Yes.
May I just skip forward a little bit?
Oh, Raj, I was going to wonder if you didn't want to look at the Quantum Sutra today, because it is special day today.
It is what?
Today is special day today.
It is Valentine's Day, Krishna.
I know.
I think today we need to just discuss some of the basics.
Well, I thought we were going, some people want to get, or, feel sexy today,
Well, we are always feeling sexy here.
But oh, yeah, I know we always feel really super sexy, but, some people, need a little nudge along the way.
Correct. Now, there is a reason I chose this particular passage.
Oh, very good, Raj.
And the way that it ties into the sexy feelings of Valentine's Day in the Quantum Sutra.
Okie dokie.
Imagine you go into the most boring starfish sex. Right? You've had sex with the same partner hundreds of times,
Thousands of times.
thousands of times,
Over
perhaps.
decades of life.
Decades. Perhaps it is like brushing your teeth or mowing the lawn. It is just a chore that you do. Just
Taking out the trash,
taking out the trash.
vacuuming up, cleaning at the kitty litter box.
Right. And perhaps it's something that you just do to get it over with. It's like, okay, I am done
So
now.
no joy.
Right?
Even the doing taking out the trash brings you more joy.
Right, I mean,
at least you're like, oh good, finally got the trash out.
Right, I mean, and the smell from the trash.
Well, let me get a new clean bag and that,
You get
for
to new
goodness
clean.
sake.
Right, but then it's like you need to just go to bed after the smell of the sex is not gone, right? So imagine.
Sometimes the sex sticks to you in a way
It's like,
that is not even a shower or a hot tub could do.
it just stays
It
with you,
sticks to you like, yeah.
and you just need
No
to
good.
like, and you're wondering the next day, are people able to tell?
What happened to me? I
Perhaps
don't feel so good.
I do not feel so good. They're looking at me like they know that I just had like job sex, right?
It was not even job. At least with job you would have got paid something.
Right.
This is a chore.
Chore sex,
Yeah,
obligatory.
yeah. Not even a chore. It was like a torture.
Right, like
Or
boring.
worse.
Go ahead. I think you are insightful here.
No, Raj, you go ahead.
Now imagine that primal man, 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes, 1,000 feet, encompassing the earth on every side. Imagine that next time you're doing this obligatory, 25th Valentine's Day sex. How much will this
45th, 55th,
55th,
65th, if you were that old.
if you make
Good
it
luck.
that far?
If you make it that far, good for you.
It is time to kick it up a notch, right?
Right?
You might be doing the basics. This is your 10,000th time doing the same missionary position just to get your rocks off so you can actually fall asleep, because you cannot fall asleep unless you have an orgasm,
It is true.
right?
Many people suffer from this element.
Right. 1,000 heads. Did you see how it fits together? You see? Krishna, do you
Yes.
see how it relates?
Yes, it is all true.
1,000 eyes, 1,000 feet. Right, you have your 70th wedding anniversary. You got married on Valentine's Day 70 years ago. And you cannot even fathom sticking it into that old lady one more time,
Oh goodness. One more time, please. Someone choke me to death.
right?
Please, just
Anything
poison
but
me,
this.
poison me.
Anything. Right? The wrinkles, the hair, your back is hurting, you're tired, you're so tired like you just need a nap before, during, and after the act. But this primal man had 1,000 heads.
That is a lot of heads.
That's a lot of heads. So next time you find yourself in that pity sex situation, right?
Don't feel so sorry for yourself, first of all.
Right?
Jesus. You need to remember you're a lucky man.
You're a lucky man, right? And the
Don't
next
have a pity party.
the next line, the next verse here, that man is this whole universe. What was and what is yet to be, Lord of immortality, which he outgrows by eating food.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I
right.
have not read this in a long time. It surprised me.
Oh, it is putting you in quite a good mood, I see.
Yes. The Lord of immortality, which he outgrows by eating, in brackets, food. Profound.
Wow.
And on this
Wow.
special day, right. Do you have anything to add to this, Krishna? Any tidbits, any tips or tricks from the Quantum Sutra? How it relates to the Rig Veda?
I was thinking we could just, look through the book a little bit and maybe talk through some of the formulas or...
Right. Well, do you have Gupta, do we have the chalkboard or the dry erase? I believe it is time to begin with some formulas.
Let's just get a look at some of the formulas.
Right, okay. Thank you, Gupta. That is very good. Don't forget the erasers. I do not like to use the edge of my shirt to wipe up the marker. It does not wash out, did you know?
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So any particular formula you like to begin with, Krishna?
Let me find a good one.
There's so many good ones in here. I mean, perhaps, it is the quantitative, how do I say this? The quantization of the different constituent parts of the bodily fluids that need to be hyper-analyzed. And
Let's just look at page 76, one of my favorite pages.
Okay.
We take a look at when you need to pay more attention to your lover is when you need to pay more attention to yourself.
Right.
And if we see here, yourself is represented by V squared. V squared equals V squared over 0 plus 2A combined with your lover's intent, pi.
Now, hold on, Krishna. I do not know if this is a misprint or if you have misread, but it is not V squared, it is V cubed.
So sorry.
Now, let's just go ahead and make that change right now, because that is an entirely new dimension, right? That is you, right? V squared. Now, you are not two-dimensional, you are three-dimensional, right? And it is this extra dimension that gives you this sensuality.
Right? So true.
You are not a flat piece of paper, are you?
No, you are three-dimensional.
Three-dimensional.
You exist in 3 dimensions.
3 dimensions.
Now, so think about that class when we are interacting with our lover. We need to interact not only in 3 dimensions, but let us turn the page here, and this is one of my favorite ideas, which brings in the 4th dimension, time.
Right. In reality, we are quadratic.
So time here represented by x equals 1/2 v, which is u. T time is represented by t plus
delta q plus time. Now, actually, again, this might be a misprint, but it is not plus time. It is the entire equation in parentheses to the power of time. This would take it to the next dimension.
Right.
You are getting a little bit rusty here. We cannot raise the
Raj,
exponent
you always
of v.
remember these stuff so much better than me.
You cannot raise the exponent of v to the time dimension, the temporal dimension, by adding it. It is a multiplication.
Right.
Now,
okay. So now let's say you're wishing you could focus your energy through your lover with more potential. We have this equation to consider, which is P squared equals V, which represents you, plus
V represents you. That is often confusing, is that V is you, and why didn't we choose
V plus
you?
V over 0 over 2 parentheses plus V minus V over 0 over amplitude.
Right. And the entire thing, again, is quantitatively correct if and only if it is taken to the square root of negative I. And negative I, it is not the imaginary number, right? Not the square root of negative 1. This is mathematics. We are outside the realm of mathematics. The square root of negative 1 is not I in the Quantum Sutra. It is I like the ego, right?
Yes.
The negative ego. We are removing the ego. Remove the ego so you can please your lover.
Now, one of the questions we always get in the class, in the 2nd level Quantum Sutra class, is how to coordinate.
By the way, Advanced Quantum Sutra classes are available, always pay in full.
Always pay in full, but we have online classes now because we've taped many of the classes and we put them available online now. So, for people who don't have time to come all the way to the ashram and dedicate all of that time, you you can learn about this stuff too, the truth, the surrender, and
The
also
knowledge.
get a good value.
It is a great value. For those on the go.
It is a great value.
For those of you on the go, your busy
For-
lives.
Some people are working and who knows what.
Right. So let's get back. We were discussing the quadratic nature of sensuality.
We're now in level 2 when we start to consider
Right.
the amplitude and the rhythmic properties of the intercourse. The first way to start to understand that is to think about how it is always a sine wave.
Not always. I mean, it depends on.
It is either a sine wave or it is a triangle wave.
But see, this is debatable. It is not always the
Sometimes
sine.
it is square wave, sometimes it's square wave. But
No.
it is just that simple.
No. It is either the sine or the triangle. But the square, we did the mathematics on this many years ago. The square, we ruled that out.
I know. Raj,
Are you trying to bring this up again? I thought we had proven that the square wave does not even make sense in this
it does not make
context.
sense for most people, but it does make sense for some people.
I mean, if
It is
you can
not for
prove to me
everybody.
that the square wave is a viable way of considering the interactions of the energies in this situation, then go ahead and prove it to me and to everyone here.
Okay, I mean, I can write it down.
Okay,
in the
let us see
formula,
this. I
but
mean, you've already
the
made two
mathematics,
mistakes
the
in this.
mathematics prove it. The mathematics prove it better than me trying to come into your bedroom. Because
you
it is. I don't want to do that. It is your private time.
We have shown that the instantaneous jump in amplitude to create the square wave is improbable. It is completely improbable.
It is not. It is not necessarily the truest square wave, but it is square for
Squarish.
practical purposes. There might be a slight 1 degree, half degree.
Like a trapezoidal wave, perhaps.
It is really square. I mean, 1/100th of a degree.
It is
a
still not
little bit.
it is still not a complete square
It,
wave.
it,
This
it
is
may,
what
may not be true square, but it is pretty close.
I'm starting to believe that the first letter you read about the charlatan might be applicable here to you. I mean, how can you be saying about the square wave? We have put that to bed 10 years ago when we sorted this out.
Or you take it so personally, so literally. There's no better way to express the wave if you have a 100th degree angle on the waveform.
100th, like 10 arc seconds.
1/100th of 1 degree is a little tiny degree.
Now you see, this is the way it works in this
And
science,
it's
right?
particularly if you're sustaining a long plateau at either junction point.
At either junction point, it needs to be completely flat to be called a square wave. This is not a square wave. We have this sine wave, and that is like when you're doing the gentle rhythmic thrusting. Right? You cannot penetrate and simultaneously be pulling out at the same time.
Well, class, I know Raj is a stickler, and he likes to take everything so
I'm
literally.
not a sticker. I am a stickler.
He's a stickler. And
I'm
he's
not
going-
a sticker.
He's not a sticker, he's a stickler.
Correct.
And he's going to take everything always so personally. Raj, it is a square, it is mostly a square wave.
I mean, I'm just trying to think how this works in real life. I mean, it's like you go in and you go out. You cannot be instantaneously out of the love canal.
Raj, there have been masters. Many masters that have been very well documented that have obtained
Those texts are
instantaneous penetration.
Those texts are dubious. Those texts are dubious.
Raj. Those are some of our greatest texts.
I mean, yes, it is.
Our most cherished texts.
Is this the
Because
one where
that is how we learn from. Who else can teach us?
you are correct?
But the greatest masters.
It is like I read those texts, and in one chapter it is telling me that the rabbit chews its cud, and I think to myself, the rabbit does not chew its cud. Okay? There are no talking goats. And then the next chapter on instantaneous penetration, I just don't know if I can believe it.
Well, it is the way I like to think of it is, even if it is not 100% true, or maybe this is a fish story that where the fish got bigger and bigger, and someone wrote it down 100 years ago, we still can, in our own lives, try to attain that sort of mastery for ourselves. And even if we don't get there, it is worth trying.
Right. We always fall short.
If we fall short a little bit, we learn a lot along the way. And it is not necessarily about achieving those moments of perfection. It is more about trying to,
right,
for us.
Now, I just want to take a moment to mention that we did create, this was a discussion from years ago, and we thought through this quite
so many
deeply.
years ago.
And we had come up
so many times.
We have not brought this up in a long time, but between Krishna and me, we had invented a little contraption to try to test or perhaps get us closer to the point where you're not falling short of the instantaneous penetration. It was sort of like a contraption that was... Have you seen these exercise bands that are made of latex? So it is sort of like a loop of rubber that you put around your butt cheek and your partner's butt cheeks. And when you pull out, it snaps you right back inside as fast as possible.
Boy, it's a good time.
It did not sell as well as we had hoped.
No.
Maybe the marketing is not there.
It was a worthwhile thing to try. Many, many letters of satisfied customers.
I have
many letters. Oh, sorry.
It is not coming.
Oh.
Sorry. Right. We had many satisfied customers. There were a few injuries.
It is, even if you give the product the most clear instructions with its little VHS tape that comes along, instructing you, and you show them how to do it, you're going to get a knucklehead in there.
Right.
Doesn't want to read the instructions, doesn't want to even tell his girlfriend what they're doing.
Right.
Doesn't.
Go ahead.
It is the waiver is signed when you buy the product. So
right. We are not liable. We are not liable in any way.
You should read the instructions. Oh boy.
It is quite simple. I mean, it's just a loop. You put it around the buttocks of yourself and then the buttocks of your partner. And when you pull out, it just snaps you back.
Pops you right back. Not quite a square wave, but getting good.
Getting pretty close.
Getting pretty close.
I mean, we have tried to increase the thickness of the rubber to the point where it will almost instantly get you right back in there. But now we just abandoned it. But that might be good to come. We need to settle this debate, I believe.
Oh, it is a debate that I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can settle the debate today. In a way, I believe it is a joy to just continue the discussion. It is always a joy.
Right. Well, perhaps in future generations they will look back at us and say that we have achieved some deeper understanding of the physics of the Quantum Sutra. But I believe now our time is running out.
Oh boy.
Yes, yes. I mean, the time flies.
Look at the clock. Oh, look at the clock.
And I'm just going. Go ahead.
Well, I know we have another engagement to attend to.
Right. And I believe Rajput is waiting outside to meet you, Krishna.
Oh boy.
And then we need to. Gupta, do you have that filing? Just put that safely somewhere. We need to sort that out. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Raj, I got to go. Here, you go. You keep you keep talking for a little bit. I just need to go. I need to get in a cell phone call, and I got to take it outside. And
Completely understand.
go at the back door. So don't wait up for me, okay? You go ahead.
Completely
I
understandable.
Got to go.
Important call. He's taking an important call.
So sorry.
Raj,
This happens.
Just wait. Just wait. He'll be out. He'll be out. Goodbye. Do not forget to like and subscribe and share.
Oh, sorry. I want to say yes. Please like and subscribe and share podcast. Sensual Essences.
Sensual
Jai
Essences.
Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.